During the wedding toast, my husband said I settled for her. So the best man revealed what he saw yesterday. Light every candle, pour the champagne, and keep the bouquet ready. Because this wedding toast is about to become the divorce the world never forgets. Here we go. The Breakers, Palm Beach, Florida. October 18th, 7:42 p.m. The grand ballroom is dripping in opulence. Crystal chandeliers, 300 guests in black tie and couture. The ocean crashing outside like it knows what's coming. I'm Dr. Sophia Elena Morrow, 32, cardiothoracic surgeon at Cleveland Clinic, in a custom Vera Wang mermaid gown that took 9 fittings and 1 silent breakdown. My husband, now officially, vows said an hour ago, Dr. Ryan Alexander Grant, 34, plastic surgeon to the stars, is in bespoke Tom Ford, looking like he owns the room, because his family owns the resort. The reception is in full swing. The best man, Dr. Lucas Valois, Ryan's college roommate, cardiac surgeon, the one who introduced us, is about to give his toast. Everyone raises their glass. Ryan stands first. He looks around the room, smiles at his celebrity clients, his golf buddies, his ex-girlfriends in the crowd, yes, 3 of them. Then he looks at me and says, loud enough for every microphone to catch, let's all raise a glass to my beautiful wife Sophia, who's been such a lovely partner. Though, let's be honest, I settled for her. I could have had anyone. Laughter ripples, nervous from some, genuine from his corner. His mother Beatrice's smile falters. My own mother, who flew in from Milan, drops her flute. It shatters on the marble. I feel every eye land on me, and the last remaining heartbeat of our marriage flatlines. I smile, not the perfect bride smile, the one I use right before I crack a chest and bring someone back from the dead. I stand. The string quartet stops mid-note. I take the microphone from Lucas. Thank you, Ryan, for that heartfelt toast. Before we continue this lovely evening, I believe the best man has something he's been dying to share. I hand the microphone to Lucas. The entire ballroom watches in stunned silence. Ryan's face drains of color, so fast I think he might code. Lucas looks at Ryan, then at me, then at the crowd, and speaks, voice clear as the ocean outside. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, during the rehearsal dinner, Ryan asked me to keep a secret. He said Sophia was good enough for now. He said he had a real future, planned with someone else. That someone else was in the bridal suite last night. Her name is Ashley Sinclair, the influencer in the 3rd row. Gasps ripple like a wave. Ashley stands up screaming. It's not true. Lucas raises his phone. The big screen lights up. Security footage from the hotel, time-stamped last night, 11:47 p.m. Ryan and Ashley in the bridal suite, kissing. The ring, my ring on her finger. Ryan saying on camera, she'll never know. After the wedding, I'll keep Sophia for the image and Ashley for the fun. The ballroom is so quiet you can hear the waves crash. Lucas continues, I recorded it because I couldn't let my friend marry a lie. Sophia, you deserve the truth. And the world deserves to see what settling really looks like. The crowd erupts in gasps, then applause. Ryan tries to grab the microphone. Security, my security, hired quietly last month, appears. Ashley is escorted out screaming. I look at Ryan one last time. You settled. Darling, I just became the upgrade you'll never afford. Then I do the thing no one in that ballroom will ever forget. I take off the 8-carat yellow diamond he gave me last year. I place it in the center of the wedding cake. Then I pick up the cake knife, slice the first piece, and hand it to Beatrice. Mother, you always said you wanted the sweetest revenge. Dig in. The ballroom erupts in applause. Ryan is dragged away screaming my name. The string quartet strikes up, Hit the Road Jack. Every guest stands and cheers. I walk out. The doors close behind me. The last thing I hear is Lucas saying, Ladies and gentlemen, the open bar is still open. The marriage is not. The Breakers, private suite, 11:57 p.m. The ballroom has turned into a crime scene of whispers and side-eyes. Guests pretending to dance, but every phone is out. The video of Ryan's toast and Lucas's Reveal already at 478 million views. I'm in the private suite, overlooking the ocean, sitting on the velvet sofa, sipping the last of the champagne. The city lights glittering like they're celebrating with me. My phone rings, private number. I answer on speaker. A voice I know. Marcus Grant, Ryan's uncle, chairman of Grant Medical Group, the chain of plastic surgery clinics that made Ryan famous. Sophia, the board is convening an emergency meeting. Right now, we need you on the call. I look at Caroline Voss, who stayed for the show. She nods, already pulling out her laptop. I accept the link. The screen lights up with 12 faces, the full board. All men who once called me Ryan's little heart doctor, with that condescending smile. Marcus speaks first, voice grave. Sophia, we've just completed the forensic audit you requested last year. The one Ryan dismissed as paranoia. He siphoned $31.2 million from the group over 4 years to cover gambling debts in Vegas and private jets for his real girlfriends. The board vote is unanimous. We are removing Ryan as CEO effective immediately, and we are offering the position to you. You've been the silent partner, running the cardiac investment arm for 5 years. You turned it into our most profitable division. The family needs you. The group needs you. Say yes. The 12 faces wait. I look at Caroline. She smiles like a shark. I look at the ocean, then at the camera. Yes. The board erupts in applause. Marcus continues. Compensation. $88 million signing bonus. 60% equity, full control. The name change, Tomorrow Medical Group, is already filed. Effective midnight. I hang up. Caroline raises her glass. To the woman who just became the queen of cosmetic medicine in one wedding toast. At 12:03 a.m., the headline hits. Grant Medical Group OUSDS CEO RYAN Grant after viral wedding toast. Dr. SOPHIA MOREA named new CEO. Ryan wakes up to find his corporate Amex declined, his company jet grounded, and his office cleared out. His mother's final text to him. You settled. She became the standard. Cleveland Clinic. Rooftop helipad, 3 months after the wedding toast that ended an empire. The city is glittering below us, like a billion diamonds spilled on black velvet. The helipad is closed to traffic. Only us. I'm in a white silk dress, simple, flowing, the one I wore the night I walked out of the wedding reception. The hospital board has just voted unanimously to rename the cardiac wing after me. The Sophia Morrow Cardiac Courage Center. Opening next year. I'm standing at the edge, wind in my hair, looking at the skyline. I helped save lives under for 10 years. Then I hear footsteps. I turn. Dr. Luca Velwa, 38, French-Italian cardiac surgeon. The man who consulted on my most complex cases for 5 years. Always quiet. Always the one who stayed late when Ryan left early. He's in scrubs under a leather jacket, holding a single red rose. He walks straight to me. I saw the video at 3 a.m. Paris time. I flew in immediately. I've been in love with you since the day you saved my patient with a valve repair I thought was impossible. I never said anything because you were married. I'm done being quiet. He drops to one knee on the helipad. City lights behind him like a crown. He opens a box. Inside, a ring made of rare red diamond, shaped like a heart valve, set in platinum with tiny blue sapphires, the color of the Cuyahoga at night. Sophia Elena Morrow, marry me, not to save you, to spend every sunrise proving you were always the miracle. The city below holds its breath. I don't make him wait. I drop to my knees with him on the helipad. Yes, 1,000 surgeries, 1,000 nights, 1,000 times yes. We kiss while the city lights flicker like applause. The video, filmed by the hospital drone, hits 1.3 billion views. Helipad proposal trends for 26 days straight. Ryan watches it from his new studio apartment in Queens. Working as a pharmaceutical rep, he sends one text. Congrats, I guess. I don't reply. I just change his contact to patient 0, closed file, and block forever. Cleveland Clinic rooftop garden. 1 year after the wedding toast that ended an empire. The garden is a miracle of glass and green. Orchids climbing the walls, Lake Erie glittering below, the city skyline like a crown. The wedding is not in a ballroom. It is on the rooftop, where I saved my first life as attending. Rows of white coats form the aisle. The altar is the helipad, decorated with stethoscopes woven into garlands. Guests sit on benches made from old OR tables. I walk the aisle barefoot in a gown made of white silk and red thread, symbolizing the bloodline I just severed and rebuilt. Luca waits in black linen, barefoot like me, holding a single red diamond ring. The officiant is the little girl I saved 15 years ago, now 20, first-year med student at Harvard. She says, voice clear, "Today we marry the doctor who taught us miracles are made by human hands." There isn't a dry eye on the rooftop. Our vows. Luca, I waited my whole life for the woman who could make a heart beat again with her own hands. Marry me, and let's spend every sunrise proving the world wrong together. Me. I was told I was settled for. You taught me I was the choice. Yes, 1,000 surgeries, 1,000 nights, 1,000 times yes. We kiss as the sun sets behind the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The guests throw confetti made from old EKG strips. The party lasts until dawn. The video, filmed by the hospital drone, hits 1.5 billion views. Rooftop vows trends for 30 days straight. 2 years later, the gates of the Cleveland Clinic Morrow Cardiac Courage Wing. The foundation has launched. Morrow Cardiac Courage, for kids with heart defects who need to learn no is a complete sentence. The gates are new, glass with my initials in gold. At 4:47 a.m., security calls. Dr. Morrow Valwa, there's a man at the gate. He's on his knees. He won't leave. I walk out in my robe. Ryan is there. 41, thin, wearing a cheap suit. Knees in the concrete, holding a single red rose. He looks up. Sophia, I know I have no right. I saw the foundation launch. I sold my last asset, the $8,000 from my car. It's in this envelope. For the kids, I don't want anything. I just want them to have what I took from you. He holds out the envelope. I take it, open it. Inside, $8,000 cash and a letter. I read one line. I settled. You became the standard. I look at him for a long time. Then I kneel in the concrete with him. I take his hand. Stand up, Ryan. He does, shaking. I hand the envelope to security. Deposit this into the foundation. Anonymous donor. Then I look at Ryan. You don't get to kneel anymore. You get to volunteer at the foundation clinic every month. That's your penance. That's your redemption. He cries so hard he can't speak. I walk away. The gate's close. Cleveland Clinic, Morrow Cardiac Courage Wing, 5 years after the wedding toast that changed everything. The wing is a masterpiece of glass and light. 500 beds, every pediatric cardiac case in the region rooted here, free for any child who needs it. I'm 40, hair with the first silver threads from night calls, in a white linen dress that flows like the wind through the garden. Luca is beside me, 42, still the man who makes my heart skip like the first time he knelt on the helipad. We're in the private villa on the hospital grounds, the one the board built for us after I saved the chairman's granddaughter. The bedroom is open to the rooftop garden, moonlight spilling in like liquid silver. I'm in labor. Our first child. Luca holds my hand, counting contractions like he's counting beats in a symphony. The midwife, the best in the Midwest, flown in by helicopter, smiles. It's time. The birth is fast, fierce, perfect. A girl, 8 pounds 4 ounces, crying like she already knows the world is hers. We name her Vittoria Rosa Morrow Valwa. Vittoria for victory. Rosa for my grandmother, who taught me to never settle. Luca cries harder than I do. He wraps her in a tiny blanket embroidered with heart valves. Then he whispers to her, "Welcome to the world, little one. Your mother turned a whisper into an empire. You get to grow up knowing you're never someone to settle for. You're the prize." 2 years later, the Foundation Harvest Festival. We call it Harvest of Hearts. The foundation has grown. Moro Cardiac Courage now funds 400 children a year with life-threatening heart conditions to receive surgery, therapy, and a future. The festival is on the lawn. Hundreds of kids, families, doctors. Ryan is there, volunteering as promised. He's sober, quiet, working the heart health station with the kids. He's good with them, gentle, a little boy with a congenital defect. The same one I would have operated on collapses during a game. Ryan is closest. He drops to his knees, performs CPR until the boy coughs and breathes. The boy's mother sobs in Ryan's arms. I watch from the terrace, Luca's arm around me, Vittoria on his hip, pointing at the balloons. I don't go down. I don't need to. Some redemption happens in silence. Cleveland, Moro Valwa Estate, 30 years after the wedding toast that changed everything. The sun is rising over Lake Erie, painting the water in colors that look like forgiveness and victory at the same time. I'm 89, hair white as the clouds, still in my white linen dress, because some mornings deserve to feel like a wedding. Luca is beside me in spirit. He passed peacefully 8 years ago, holding my hand, whispering, "You were always my miracle," until his last heartbeat. The estate is no longer a house. It is a kingdom of healing. The Sofia Moro Valwa Cardiac Courage Center covers 1,000 acres. Hospital, school, ocean therapy for kids with chronic illnesses. Every summer, children who were told they'd never walk swim with dolphins. Every year, the flagship fund, Settled No More, donates billions to first-gen medical scholarships. Tonight is the 30-year anniversary gala. The lawn is filled with 20,000 people. Every child we ever saved, now doctors, parents, grandparents, every doctor we ever trained, every family who ever said amen when medicine said impossible. A single altar stands where the wedding cake once was. On it, the original cake knife from that night, now gold-plated, engraved. For every woman who was told she was settled for, you were always the prize. Our granddaughter, Vittoria Rosa, 30, pediatric cardiac surgeon, my successor, steps to the microphone. She is the mirror image of me at that age, only taller, fiercer, kinder. She raises the microphone. 30 years ago, my grandmother was told she was settled for at her own wedding toast. Tonight, the entire world celebrates the woman who became the reason millions of children still have tomorrows. Nana, the stage is yours one last time. She steps aside. I walk forward slow, with Vittoria's arm in mine. The crowd rises. I do not speak long. My voice is soft, but the microphones carry it to every corner of the planet, because the gala is live-streamed to every hospital in the network. 30 years ago, a man said he settled for me. Tonight, 20,000 miracles stand here, because I became the choice in the best way. By choosing myself. By choosing love that elevates instead of diminishes. By choosing children who needed someone to believe they mattered. This estate is not mine. It is theirs, and it will never end. Because love, when it refuses to be settled for, becomes the loudest heartbeat the world has ever known. Amen. 20,000 voices answer. Amen. Then the final miracle. A man walks slowly from the back, leaning on a cane. Ryan, 68, alone, wearing a simple linen shirt, eyes down. He stops at the altar, looks at me, bows deep complete, then places a single red rose on the cake knife. He speaks, voice breaking. I came to say amen, and to thank the woman who taught me. Too late, what settling really costs. He turns and walks away into the sunset. No cameras follow. Some endings are private. The crowd lights 20,000 candles. The sunrise becomes a sea of fire and light, and the woman who was once told she was settled for becomes the reason the entire world learned how to choose better. What did you think of Sophia's story? Did the "I settled for her" toast give you chills? Did the best man reveal make you scream? Did the final amen destroy you in the best way? Drop your city, your 0, 10, and tell me in the comments, what settled moment would you turn into your forever? And if this story made you feel seen, made you cry, made you believe in second chances, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on the bell, and join the family that knows you're never someone to settle for. You're the prize. Because every week we tell another story of a woman who refused to be less. You don't want to miss the next one. Amen. See you in the next sunrise. Loves.